Hello, we are the group number 1 and we will discuss the elastic extension beyond the traditional computer network. Let's first mention our learning objectives. After discussing this lesson, we should be able to learn the working of mobile systems, learn about the growth of mobile systems, understand the social issues in mobile ecosystems, understand security issues in mobile ecosystems, understand privacy issues in mobile ecosystems, and lastly is to learn the ethical framework applicable in mobile ecosystems. In the previous chapters, we discussed the new frontier for computer ethics. This new frontier includes cyberspace, virtualization and virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and online social networks. We discussed how the new basic infrastructure created has been and is being misused. We also discussed the crucial role internet enabled devices play in computer mediated interactions, essential in online social networks. What we did not do, however, is actually talk about the elastic extension and evolution of all these devices and technologies that are result in a phenomenal and dangerous environment. In the past 2 decades, we have witnessed a revolution of sorts in mobile communication systems, spearheaded by rapidly evolving technologies in both software and hardware. A mobile communication systems consists of two or more of the following devices, running specifically developed software to sustain, for a period of time, a wireless communication link between them, like mobile telephone, broadly construed here to include devices based on code division multiple access, or CDMA, time division multiple access, or TDMA, global system for mobile communications, or GSM, and wireless personal digital assistants, or WPDA, digital technologies and follow-ons, as well as satellite telephones and emails. Satellite technologies are bringing appliances. Mobile communication systems are revolutionizing the world today, shrinking the world to that held between two or more small handheld mobile devices. The rapid changes in communication technologies, revolutionary changes in software, and the growth of large and powerful communication network technologies all have eased communication and brought it to large swaths of the globe. The high-end competition between the mobile telecommunication operators resulting in plummeting devices prices, the quickly developing smartphone technology, and the growing number of undersea cables and cheaper satellite technologies are bringing internet access to almost everyone of the global rural poor faster than many had anticipated.
Ethical and privacy issues in mobile ecosystems. Use of LTS technologies can increase the risk to the privacy and security of individuals in the following ways. Privacy. Both LTS embedded in all smart mobile communication devices routinely transmit the location of an individual, many times providing information about the whereabouts of an individual without their consent. Control. GPS systems have been used in a number of ways to help track individuals who voluntarily or otherwise need to be monitored. Hackers. When GPS data are collected and stored, they must be securely stored. Data ownership. Who owns GPS data? Note that satellites used for GPS were created by the government to track military personnel. Aggregation of LTS data. We have seen that LTS systems collect data on individuals in different situations and circumstances. Location. Base tracking systems or LTS are increasingly used by businesses as well as government entities to track potential customers and criminals. 1. Global Positioning System or GPS, enabling people to live, move, and interact faster and safer. 2. Radio Frequency Identification or RFID uses electromagnetic fields to automatically identify and track tags attached to object. 3. Global System for Mobile Communication or GSM is a digital mobile network that is widely used by phone users in Europe and other parts of the world.
The next lesson is security issues in mobile ecosystems. They are increasingly holding and storing more private data, personal and business, and they are roaming in public spaces on public networks with limited security. In fact, the security threats to these mobile devices are comparable user attention and are always connected to a network. There is a wider sphere of attack beset by geographic, legal, and moral differences, making it easier for these devices to roam in large spaces and networks, creating the penetration trend of these smart mobile devices is not limited to faraway rural places, but more scary is their rapid penetration on enterprise IT spaces, where security is paramount for any device. Devices into the enterprise IT spaces are a result of their popularity as they slowly replace the enterprise laptop as the enterprise mobile device. Case with mobile devices, Byron Acohido reports the two recent examinations by Cryptography Research, the company that did the research of mobile devices that purchase, conduct online banking, or access a company's virtual private network. What is more worrying is the reported fact that the device under attack would not in any way show almost every mobile system user, and security experts attacks as consumers and companies begin to rely more heavily on mobile devices security. A smartphone security company discusses security threats to mobile under four major areas: application, access, network, and physical environments. Major threats are encountered by mobile devices on a daily basis.
Web-based threats. The internet was created to help humans adapt to current times. However, some people have abused it in any way they want. By the time we go into the internet, various pieces of information has been circulated that could lead to malicious intentions to access or steal your data. Phishing scams. Scammers make you believe by pretending to be friendly, introducing themselves as an employee from an organization that offers you a service. They will try to ask for your personal details in order to take your personal info in a devious manner. Try-buy downloads. The pop-up ads that we often see everywhere in the internet is more than complicated than you could think of. A single mistake of engaging into downloading a suspicious file from a trusted website could lead to a threat to your device. Other web exploits. Exploits exist in different forms. Accessing unfamiliar websites may be implicated in these behaviors. They will be able to breach your network and perform a cyber attack. To avoid these things, you must know how your devices is well protected enough from these dangerous acts. Direct exploitation. Uploading anything online that may contain your personal information is a risky way of exposing yourself from these reckless hackers. It should be your responsibility to make sure in differentiating the appropriate things that you will share online.
Network threats. As we have stated, once a mobile devices are turned on, they immediately start looking for network to connect on either cellular networks or the internet. As we see in section 12.5, a number of threats originate from these networks. Network exploits. Recall that mobile devices always network once turned on. Each one of these networks, including the internet and Bluetooth, has their own exploits. Physical threats. All the different classes of threats we have discussed so far are based on the nature and the functionality of the mobile device itself. But the physical threats are based on the size and the owner of the mobile device. Lost or stolen devices. The miniaturizing of mobile devices affords more convenience for the user, but the small size make them more susceptible to theft and being lost from the user. There are ways to wipe the device remotely, but few users think of this immediately, giving the robbers enough time to acquire the data on it. In fact, there are more mobile devices prone to these kinds of threats than any other we have seen so far.
Kind of operating system based threats forms this malicious category. Larger exploits operating system vulnerabilities, viruses programs that effective others programs, adding their own code to them gain control. Trojans, spyware, rigsware, rockets. General mobile devices attack types. Most of these attack types techniques are carryovers from the computer and computer networks, so they are not generally new in the arsenal of attacks. Over the years, we have learned specific methodologies the attackers use for success in their quests. Denial of service or DDoS. This technique is meant to anticipated consequences to cause system disruption. Phone hacking. This is a technique used to intercept phone calls or voicemail messages by accessing their voicemail or text messages. Mobile malware is malicious software designed to target mobile devices such as smartphones and tablets. Spyware. Spyware is a type of malware that automatically installs itself or in some cases is installed manually on computers. Exploit. An exploit software is code that takes advantage of a bug, glitch, or vulnerability.
The next is the Everything Blue. This is the Bluetooth that connect with other Bluetooth-enabled wireless devices. Has a number of security. Bluetooth is now a basic feature of mobile devices. but inferred hindered meaningful mobility of the devices, so Bluetooth technology came in to solve that problem. Many Bluetooth devices offered the needed communication and mobility. Because of this, Bluetooth applications have emerged that allow peering of users' Bluetooth range can be compromised easily as hackers can have easy access to data, exhausting them all. To the different categories of how hackers can infiltrate mobile devices using Bluetooth. Then we discuss their mechanics too. Bluejacking is similar to spamming but in Bluetooth by sending unsolicited messages to a victim device, which opens up communication between the pair. Thus, the attacker can gain access to the victim device. And blue snarfing is a form of Bluetooth hacking that can allow a hacker to gain. The hacker can even use a brute force attack, even if the device is sophisticated attack techniques to gain control of a victim's mobile device. In control, the attacker can do anything with the mobile device. And blue bumping is an attack involving two mobile devices pairing and setting up. The attacking device gets the victim to accept a connection for trivial data exchange such as a picture, then uses that pairing to attack other while the connection is still open. The attacker requests a link key regeneration that it later uses to gain access to the victim device, thus getting full access to any of the services on the victim device. And blue chopping is an attack that targets the Bluetooth Piconet, an ad hoc Bluetooth network linking other Bluetooth devices. The Bluetooth victim mobile device to dump its stored link key. The attacker needs to know the BDADDR of a set of paired devices. The attacker spoofs the address of one of the devices and connect to the other. And blue smacking is a Bluetooth denial of service attack that knocks out some layers. There is the possibility to request an echo from another Bluetooth pair too. Thank you.
Phishing. Phishing is a scam through email or website that needs an urgent feedback. Phishing happens when a person accidentally replies to an email without reading it properly. Another example is a website. Some websites have this term called read more document, where if you click yes, a word saying login will appear that enable the hacker to get your personal information. Smishing. Smishing is a text message from unknown number, saying from example that your number wins a lottery. It is a bait for those people who can easily scam. You can get that text message if you are using WhatsApp because your number is registered into it. You can also get the text message.
Mitigation of mobile devices attacks. More and more people are now using some form of data carrying mobile devices. The data on these devices are either personal or work related. Either way, this trend is growing. What is growing even faster and more worrying is trend whereby a growing number of employers are increasingly using unmanaged personal devices to access sensitive enterprise resources and then connecting these devices to third party services outside the enterprise security controls. This potential this potentially exposes the enterprise sensitive data to possible attackers, creating a growing security headache for sometimes underfunded and overworked security staff. The enterprise security team has to contend with a plethora of different devices running different operating systems or different versions of an operating system. According to the report, mobile devices expose company data to severe vulnerabilities by MobileSafe, a Seattle-based mobile risk management company. A small and mid-sized businesses, or SMB, are more affected by this growing move. The report found the following. SMBs are exposed to highly severity vulnerabilities from the increasing levels of mobile devices used to access and download company data. SMB IT managers cannot keep up with the rate of discovery of severe vulnerabilities these devices bring to their corporate network. SMB IT departments lack a standardized approach to mitigate the risk from different types of mobile devices as they do with laptops, desktops, and servers. Even though they feel exposed to mobile device security risks, SMBs do not think they have adequate tools to assess and mitigate this risk at a granular level. So, what needs to be done? There are several security protocols and best practices that can come in handy for such situations. According to Clint Adams, in the Holy Trinity of mobile device management, there are three security components that must form the minimum security requirements for any mobile security management. These components are hardware encryption, remote wiping, and the ability to set a passcode policy. Therefore, those responsible for security in any enterprise that is intending to use mobile devices as one form of communication and corporate data access must pay attention to those three components of security. One good thing is that mobile device manufacturers and operating system developers have been paying increasing attention to these tenants, at least the first two. Because the pool of mobile device makers and mobile operating system developers is rather large, the, the task of ensuring that these security tenants are adhered to by all in the company can be daunting. To somewhat lessen this task, for a variety of companies and individuals, a new industry has sprung up. The Mobile Device Management or MDM system is a platform either from third party or original mobile device manufacturers to support and help enterprises set up and enforce mobile security policies centrally. The MDM software secures monitoring, manages, and supports mobile devices deployed across mobile operators, services providers, and enterprises. MDM functionality typically includes over the air distribution of applications, data, and configuration settings for all types of mobile devices, including mobile phones, smartphones, tablets, computers, ruggedized mobile computers, mobile printers, mobile POS devices, and others.
Mobile remote wiping. To remotely wipe data from a mobile device is one of the security techniques in the mobile device security bag of tricks. Mobile passcode policy. Passcode act as a first line of defense for devices in enterprises. They ensure the security and confidentiality of sensitive data contained within the devices by restricting unauthorized access beyond the lock screen.